Welcome back in, everyone, to the Let's Talk Sports monthly podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Max Holtzclaw. Joining me again today is my fearless co-host, Mitch Gibson. How you doing today, Mitch?
I'm doing well, Max. I'm doing well. I'm usually the one calling you our fearless leader and host. Feels great to be called that. But no, I'm doing well, and I'm excited to bring you guys the February month's end of sports here at Greenfield Central.
Yeah, absolutely. And then joining us behind the scenes is going to be Josh Kalb today. Josh, go ahead and take camera 4.
What's going on, Josh? The crowd went wild, baby.
So Josh is back there behind the scenes for us today. Josh, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
It's good. Good to have you here. So, well, we can go ahead and jump right into things then. Kind of taking a look around. February was a lot still went on. A lot of winter sports are coming to a close, and I got to be honest, I am happy they are coming to a close. I know, it's not that I'm disappointed with the winter sports. It was great to see all of our sports in action, but you and I are both spring sports guys. So we are excited to get outside and get out of this cold weather. I mean, you can hear it in my voice a little bit right now. I'm coming down with a little bit of something. So ready to get out there, all the warmth, everything else.
You guys start on March 17th, is that correct?
Yeah, and then same for you.
Same for us, yep.
So baseball, tennis right around the corner alongside softball, track and field, golf, everything else like that. But before we get to there, we got to recap all the winter sports that kind of are coming to a complete close with one more sport still on their way, or two more sports actually. But before we get to that, why don't we kind of conclude things with men's wrestling? So, Mitch, why don't you take us away with that?
Absolutely. So, men's wrestling did have what I would like to call a great finish to a season that was a little bit of a slower start. But after the women's had a successful finish to their season, it was great to see the postseason success that we had, and we'll dive into more of that with some of the state finalists that we were able to send to state this year with Coach Holden's team here at GC. But they had sectionals back on February 1st at Purdue Polytechnic North. The team finished 5th at sectionals. Sectional champions were Lincoln Parsons, Mason Thompson, and Zach Blevins. Other regional qualifiers were Aiden Browse, Tristan Lanham, Kanan Shores, and Cade Zuber. That led them to the following week, which was regionals held at Perry Meridian on February 8th. The team finished fourth at regionals. There was no regional champ, but Mason Thompson did finish second in his weight class. Parsons, Briles, Lanham, and Blevins all had third-place finishes. Zuber placed fourth. Semi-state took place on February 17th at Newcastle. Parsons and Blevins had third-place finishes to advance to state. Zuber finished fourth, which also sent him to state as well. State finals took place on February 21st at the beautiful Gainbridge Arena Fieldhouse, downtown Indianapolis. All three finalists fell just a little bit short with their opening matches, unfortunately, concluding their season. All the way around, though, just anytime you get a chance to see an athlete, take that leap at a state championship, in the state finals, or at least qualified even, be a part of an opportunity to go win a state final as well. So kudos to you guys. Congratulations. Hopefully we send a couple more people back next year and maybe even come home with one. I don't think we've had a wrestling state champion since when? Do you remember?
Josh Farrell. Do you remember when we were in high school?
2013 graduate Farrell, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
So that was the last time we had a state champ. But obviously a huge congrats to our team. Congrats to Josh Holden, too, by the way.
Absolutely.
He got a new position, or will be coaching the Eastern Hancock football team heading forward as well as the women's wrestling program over there. So that's awesome to see for you, Coach Holden, and we can't wait to see what more you can do, obviously, around Hancock County and everything else heading forward. So
absolutely. Congratulations, Josh. Everything that you've done over the last, I don't even know how many years he's been here, to be honest with you, 15 at least plus years. You've made an impact on a lot of student athletes. Coaches do. They coach because they love giving back. They love making a difference in young athletes' lives. And Josh, you've been an inspiration in that. So continue doing what you're doing. You're going to make a phenomenal head coach over at Eastern Hancock. Congratulations, Max. Swimming and diving.
Yeah, absolutely. So heading on to the women's swimming and diving. Sectionals took place February 8th over at New Pal. Girls team won their 12th straight sectional title.
Wow.
And absolutely inspiring work from them. So not only did they win, they dominated with a score of 535 points ahead of second place Mount Vernon at 317.5 points. Alongside that, we won all 11 swim events. So every swimming event that took place there, we had at least one GC finisher finishing in first.
Wow.
Including that, we had some new GC records set, which is huge given our record board, everything else we have to see. So Rachel Stutz has a new GC record for both 50 free and 100 free. And Alyssa Osborne set a new record of the 100 breast. So congrats to those girls. Great work over at sectionals there. Winning sectionals automatically puts you into the state finals with that, so they did not have to do any kind of regional work that way. The prelims took place on February 14th at IU Natatorium. We had 5 swimmers qualify for the state finals from there. Alyssa Osborne once again with 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke. Rachel Stutz, the 100 free. And the 200 freestyle relay team of Alyssa Osborne, Kaylee Butler, Sayla Valley, and Rachel Stutz, as well as the 400 freestyle relay team of Rachel Stutz, Katie Jennings, Sayla Valley, and Alyssa Osborne. On February 15th, the actual state finals took place, and the team finished 15th in the meet, which was an impressive achievement in its own right. So congratulations to those girls on a successful season. Congratulations to Coach Ben Felver taking over with that, doing a great job with that program. The individual finishes were Alyssa Osborne finished 16th in the IM and 11th in the breaststroke. Rachel Stutz finished 11th in the 100 freestyle. And then our relay teams, the 200 freestyle relay team finished 11th, and the 400 freestyle relay team finished 12th. So congrats to our girls programs there. Obviously, a huge season they had, a up and down season, obviously losing Coach Emily Logan, which was a obviously detriment to our program, a huge loss in our entire GC family here. But we are happy to see the success of our GC girls and our GC boys that we'll be able to talk about here in a second too. But yeah, congrats to them on a great season. Congrats Coach Ben Felver on a great season as well.
Absolutely, you couldn't have said it any better. And yes, Miss Logan's going to be truly missed.
Yes.
As she left a huge impact on anyone's heart that she had come in contact with forever. So, somebody that we will remember forever, and the legacy that she left here at Greenfield Central will be continued to carry on. So, going into the men's swimming and diving. Sectional prelims on February 20th were at New Palestine. They qualified 24 out of the 27 swimmers for the sectional final, which led us to the February 22nd sectional final at New Palestine, and we were victorious. The first sectional title since 2001. So kudos since 21. Looked at that one the wrong way there. Since 2021, so congratulations to the boys as well. Won with a score of 400 points. Sectional champions include Aiden Michael, Colton Mayberry, Mason Stoughton, Isaac Johnson, Ian Irwin, and Gabe Hall. The events won were the 200 medley relay, the 100 butterfly, the 400 freestyle relay, and diving. Regionals for diving are on February 25th, which actually took place yesterday from when we were recording this. Gabe Hall finished 9th and moved to the top 8. Only the top 8 moved to state, so he just missed it. He just missed it. And from what I heard a little bit this morning at baseball workouts from a diver as well, Xander Cobb, was that he kind of got scored a little bit differently for what that means. Not sure how the scoring works, but it didn't seem like whether he was too close to the board or too close somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know the extremities, but seems like it was a little bit unfortunate for him, just shy of getting to those top 8 spots.
At least Gabe is not a senior, so he will be back next year. I believe he's a junior right now, so one more year for him to get back to the state finals for that. And, of course, our men's team is not quite done swimming-wise, too. Obviously, headed on to prelims this Friday.
February 28th, that's going to be also at the IU Natatorium, just like I think all of the men's and women's both take place there on February 28th. And then the state finals will be held on March 1st at the IU Natatorium as well. So good luck to the women's swimming and diving team as they continue, or the men's swimming and diving as they finish the season out as a team, and best of luck to you guys as well. Yeah, congrats as well on a great season. Congrats on sectional titles since 2021. Absolutely. So we love to see that. And congrats to Coach Ben Felver. Once again, another great success for there. Now moving forward, we're going to take a look back at the women's basketball, heading to the hard court, off the pool, off the mats, onto the hard court. So to wrap things up for our women's basketball team, some of the things that kind of went down since we last talked. So January 28th, they had their senior night festivities here. Unfortunately, they did lose to Yorktown with a close score of 57-55. I was there for that game. It was an unfortunate ending to the game. They had a good comeback in the fourth quarter, just couldn't quite close the gap in the end. Maddie Sonsini led the way with 21 points. Brooke McConnell added 18 as well. The final regular season bout of the season, they beat Southport in a score of 65-43 on January 30th. Sonsini once again led the way with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Cheney Brown added 17. Brooke McConnell chipped in 13, and Izzy Silcox had 10, so some good scoring all around there. Unfortunately, sectionals came around, and they lost the first round over at Mount Vernon. That was on February 4th to a Richmond team that
put up a 54-point scoreline. They'd shot very well that night, 54-50 in that one. Some bad foul trouble along the way. Maddie Sonsini was out for most of the first half. Unfortunately, they could not overcome that, and Izzy Silcox led the scoring with 16, Cheney Brown with 15, Brooke McConnell chipped in 12. Our girls team finished up the year 16-8 and 3-4 in conference play. Tough conference all around. We've talked about it before. HHC is a very strong conference. But congrats on a successful season for the women's basketball team. Unfortunately, didn't go the way we wanted to, but, sometimes it happens. That's just how sports are. I mean, you know it. I know it. That's just how things kind of go along the way. But best of luck to our seniors. We heard about them all year. Maddie Sonsini, Brooke McConnell, Cheney Brown all did fantastic work, and they're going to be successful as they head forward. Brooke and Maddie both electing to play basketball in college, so that'll be exciting to see them. And we're looking forward to seeing what the girls team can do next year. Izzy Silcox coming back from her sophomore year into her junior year. So Coach Key's doing a great job over there. We wish you all the best of luck for the girls team there, and we can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, and I'll give it to Coach Key. Even though they just finished up their season, let's just say, back on February 4th.
Right.
I only know this because our baseball team were in the weight room quite a few days a week in the mornings. He's got his girls already back in the gym ready to work, and
satisfied.
They're not satisfied. They're not, they're not going to not be prepared next year is what it seems like. So, good luck, Coach Key, the whole program, women's basketball team. Keep making everybody proud here and doing great things. So, speaking of our last, I guess, sport that's kind of finishing up and on its last few couple of games left in the regular season here for the Cougars men's basketball teams. Obviously, we've seen lots of great things all season long. It's kind of been a lot of the Braylon Mullins show highlight reels that we've seen a lot of, right? But the Cougars are getting lots of coverage, lots of good things. And I will just say, since the last time we recorded this, I think that I put a little teaser out that potentially later in that day, Braylon was going to be a McDonald's All-American, and it did stand true there. So not to pat myself on the back, but to pat myself on the back there.
But you're a soothsayer, right?
The writing was on the wall. We knew it. So Braylon, congratulations on becoming a McDonald's All-American. Talk about the mecca of the top achievements as a high school basketball player. Kudos to you. Wishing you nothing but the best of luck here in the postseason. Still got some unfinished business before you go be a Husky. Let's get the Cougars through some postseason wins here, and leave a good finish to your legacy. But you were able to earlier, don't want to talk too much about them, you were able to stop and have a couple of conversations with Coach Meredith earlier this week to see what his thoughts were about the past month and some of his expectations here leading into the postseason. So let's check out that clip real quick.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Talk Sports podcast. Joining me now is Coach Luke Meredith. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. First of all, I just wanted to kind of get things kind of caught back up. Obviously, month of February is a big month. You guys had some great accomplishments yourself. You got 100 wins, so congratulations on that one alone. Braylon got his McDonald's All-American nomination and recognition. Could you tell us just a little bit about those individual recognitions before we kind of look at the team aspect of things heading forward with everything else?
Yeah. No, it's awesome to be able to be the all-time winningest coach and to get 100 wins, but, it's not about me. It's about our staff. It's about our players. You're a heck of a lot better coach when you have really good players.
Yeah.
But I also want to give a shout out to our staff, Coach Bolden, Coach Mullins, Coach Johnson, Coach Loudenberg, Coach Green, all of those guys that have been here. And it's not about me, it's about them. And so it's about our team and our team goals. So leading into that, you talk about really good players. To have a McDonald's All-American, that's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He's a great young man, comes from a great family, well-deserved. And he's self-made. He deserves it all, whether it be in and out of the classroom and in and out of the court doing what he's supposed to do. He's a special player and a special young man, and I know he's going to do great things. And to be able to put Greenfield Central on the map and put us on his back and do the things that he's done, it's been remarkable.
Absolutely. I mean, you said it yourself. Great accomplishments there. Great things going on with the program. Looking back, obviously, you guys had a great month of February. Finished HHC off with 7-0 record. Congrats on another conference title.
Thank you.
Haven't lost in the conference in the last 20 games now, correct?
20 in a row. Yes,
That's
sir.
a very impressive accomplishment.
Yeah.
A very tough conference in
Yeah.
its own right, too. So tell us a little bit. Obviously, 3 years in a row now with 20 wins, too, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 3 years in a row, 20 wins, back-to-back conference titles. Congratulations. What does that mean for you and for this program?
No, it's great. We talked about the year before we got this job as a collective staff, they lost 20 games. So for us to be able to win 20 games 3 years in a row, it's only happened in the history of our school 5 times. So to do it three times in a row is pretty awesome.
Right.
Another thing about conference, to be undefeated 2 years in a row, 7-0, and then be on a 20-game win streak in our conference. And I think it's a really difficult conference basketball-wise. It's something that's never happened in the history of the conference that started in 1992. So anytime you do that and you set those kind of marks, it's pretty awesome. We do have our marks on bigger goals in sectional. It's kind of the one thing that we have yet to be able to do.
Sure.
And haven't done since 1998 here in our school, but pretty awesome. And once again, credit to our kids who are work their tails off every day and do what they're supposed to do, and credit to our staff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great job from top to bottom. Some tough games along the way. We kind of mentioned that. A very successful month. We did have the one blemish, but you can't expect to win them all, especially with how tough our schedule was. So 7-1 record, kind of going through it with one more game on the way. So kind of looking back at the season as a whole, going into it at 20-3 right now. What have you been able to see? What have you been able to accomplish before you start to dive in and really focus on that postseason play that's coming up soon?
Yeah, we talked about how we were 24-0 last year before we lost in the sectional championship to New Pal. And so I did think that hindsight, it maybe would have been better to lose. I mean, it was really cool to be the only undefeated team in the state. That's cool. But once again, our goal is to win a sectional, right? Win in March. So, losing that game to Lawrence Central, it sucked. But I did like how our kids were upset in the locker room and going through that. We talk about logs in the fire. And then our schedule, the way it was, created this year was we knew that we weren't going to go undefeated. And we hope so, but we knew it was going to be really difficult. But when you're playing teams like Fishers and Ben Davis, Lawrence Central, Jeffersonville, I mean, that's the who's who perennially, and especially this year. So, we've, out of the top 20, we've played 7 teams. So that was to prepare us for the moments that we're about to start here in March.
Yeah, absolutely. And then sectional draw did just happen this past weekend on Sunday. We did get that first round matchup against Pendleton Heights. Bottom half of the bracket, winner goes on to play Muncie Central. The other 3 teams, Richmond going on to play Mount Vernon, and then Anderson waiting for them in the end. Of course, we know Anderson, Mount Vernon ranked in in the state rankings as well. So obviously we're not looking past anything. It's postseason time's coming around the corner, and every matchup is a tough matchup. As you get ready for that, and I know there's still one more game on the way, but as you start to look ahead into the postseason, what are you looking forward to, and what are you looking to see a little bit more with those 6 matchups or the 6 potential teams over there, and the hopeful kind of cutting down the nets at Muncie Central?
Yeah, I mean, we got a tough game at Perry Meridian on Wednesday night, but my focus is on Pendleton Heights. So the staff is taking Perry Meridian, and I'm taking Pendleton Heights. Yes, we did beat them at home, but they didn't have their best player, and I know Coach Buck, he's got his name on the floor. He's been coaching for 30 years, and he's done a great job, and he'll have them ready to play. So we're one game at a time, 1 week at a time. So we are not ready to play Muncie Central or put ourselves in the championship by any way or stretch. Our goal is 1 game at a time and to try to beat the Arabians of Pendleton Heights. They're going to be a tough out.
Absolutely. No, you said it right there. I think that's pretty much all I got for you. Another successful month here. Congratulations to you, 100 wins, to Braylon on the McDonald's All-American, to Boston for being our all-time leading assist man. And Braylon, hopefully, coming into this Perry game, he might be able to get another notch in there with the all-time winning or the all-time most points as well. So
23 points away.
Exactly. And that's with his average.
Yeah, he's averaging 33. So, and that's talk about 1,000-point scores. Yeah. That's 11 times that's happened in the history of our school. 2,000-point scores. Him and John Hamilton are the only 2. So there's only been 62 people in the history in the state of Indiana high school basketball that have had 2,000 plus. 62. Yeah. It's incredible. That's why he's an All-American.
Absolutely. You said it yourself. But congratulations again. Best of luck heading forward. Looking forward to seeing a good game on Wednesday against Perry Meridian. And, of course, heading into next week with postseason play. A lot on the way, but we can't wait to see what's up next for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Congrats.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great work, Max. Great to see. Coach Meredith is just obviously always willing to bring energy and share his knowledge and best interest for these kids, and shares it with you. And I love that segment. So kudos to you on that. Yeah. But from that video, or from that clip, we were able to notice that kind of to wrap up some things before we go into the postseason. Currently, they're 20-3. They ended up clinching and pulling off the HHC conference championship again for this year. That was on February 23rd. And then they finished as of February 23rd, and then they finish up their regular season games, which would be February 26th today, versus Perry Meridian at Perry Meridian to wrap things up. What's your thoughts and what's your takeaways from your conversation with Coach?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's players coach. The kids respond very well to Coach Meredith, and it shows in the program. It shows with how they're successful. 20 conference wins in a row. That's insane, especially with our conference that we have to do.
Yeah.
Right. So impressive to see. Congratulations once again on the 100 career wins. Congratulations once again to Braylon Mullins on his 2,000 career points. He's, going into tonight's game.
That's on me. I almost missed that. That's incredible. 2,000 points. Wow.
He's going into tonight's game with, 23 points shy of the school record. So that's very attainable, especially with his career averages, or season averages, I should say. Congrats on the school record on scoring in one game, and then congrats to Boston Willard. That record for most assists in a season, now it's been there for a long time, or most assists that he's had, it's been there for 35 years. So having that there, and it just shows just how good of a program we have, just how basketball's on the come up here at Greenfield Central, and just how good our program really can be. And I'm excited to see them over in Muncie Central next week. Obviously, we got to get through Perry Meridian tonight, but I'm excited to see them Muncie Central. We will have those games broadcast on WRGF Greenfield, so make sure if you can't make it out there, the hour-long drive, make sure you do listen in to us on that one.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, we're going to take it away to this month's Athletes of the Month. So congratulations to all of our athletes. Great work all around. Unfortunately, you cannot honor every single athlete. But we want to give a special shout-out to these 4 names here. First one is Alyssa Osborne. Alyssa was able to set a new GC record for the 100 breaststroke, state qualifier, and 200 IM 100 breaststroke, and both relay teams for 200 free and 400 free. So congratulations to Alyssa. Well done on a successful season, a successful career from top to bottom with Alyssa there.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Alyssa. Just setting a record. When you see anything that says set record, that means that there was plenty of years prior of amazing athletes that have achieved that goal. So being able to set a record is one thing, but also multiple of them is another. So congratulations, Alyssa. Wishing you nothing but the best of luck.
The next name we want to honor is Rachel Stutz, also the women's swimming and diving program. She also set a couple GC records for the 50 free and 100 free, as well as state qualifier and the 100 free, 200 freestyle relay, and 400 freestyle relay. So Rachel Stutz also, as well as Alyssa, going on to do some college swimming next year. So you look at our GC program, we've had some very successful swimmers from top to bottom throughout our entire duration. You can see it coming through fruition this year, obviously setting some new school records. You just mentioned it with Alyssa Osborne. There's a lot of tough names that they've had to overcome, and these are 2 of the best to ever do it.
Absolutely. And you talk about just the, not the building of the program, and talked about the foundation that the Logans and Emily Logan has left with it. They don't just produce great swimmers. They're producing swimmers to go participate and play compete at the next level.
Yes.
And that's what this is about, and that's why we coach. How many guys and how many gals can we get to give an opportunity to go play and compete and get an education, collegiately?
Right. The third name we're going to highlight is Braylon Mullins. McDonald's All-American, scored his 2,000 career points, set that new school record for points in a game with 52, and then he helped lead the team to a 7-1 record here in February. So obviously we've seen Braylon doing his thing all year long. We're going to continue seeing that hopefully all postseason long. Obviously one more game tonight. I am looking forward to, and I believe he should be able to break that school record for most points in an entire career. I don't want to jinx it, obviously, knock on wood, but I would like to see that. I think it's going to be fun to see. I think it's something that we can really celebrate as a school coming together for that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I unfortunately will not be making that hour drive down. We have baseball practice tonight, but I hope that when I tune into 89.7 tonight and tune into the game, that I do capture someone calling the record-breaking shot and basket. So excited to see those headlines tomorrow. If that does so happen,
right?
We got 23 just shy,
right?
Have yourself a 25-pointer plus game, and let's go into the postseason ready to rock and roll. So,
and then that final name we're going to take a look at, it's Boston Willard. He broke the school record once again for most assists in a single season with 144. He's already over that. I don't know the exact number nowadays. And he also had a near triple-double against Lawrence Central. His 12 points, 10 assists, 8 steal outing. So an impressive performance. Unfortunately came in a loss, but it was still a very impressive performance from Boston Willard. He's done great work being the catalyst for that program this year. Obviously, Braylon gets the headlines, but Boston, without him, that team would not be where they are.
Absolutely. You talk about a dynamic duo,
yeah,
right? In the game of baseball, talk about if you got 2 really, really good pitchers, the chances of you having success in the offseason or the postseason is very high. Same thing goes here. You got a couple players that have a little dynamic duo going, and you throw a guy like Mikey in there. I mean, it's contagious for them, and for Boston to be able to have guys like Mikey, Tucker, and Braylon to be able to dish it to, lob, whatever that may be. I'd love to be anxious to look at the statistics of those 144 plus assists, how many of them were alley-oops. So that'd be a fun stat. But congratulations, Boston. It's incredible to see you as a little kid growing up and, coming out and not only just being a big asset to the basketball program and other sports here at the high school, but breaking a record. That's something that you will remember and cherish for the rest of your life. So kudos to all 4 of you guys. Men's basketball, good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's, like you say, basketball season coming to a close here soon. We're getting into our favorite months of the year, so March, April, things
Spring's
like that.
coming,
So
baby.
spring is coming. Make sure you guys are sticking around for that. We'll obviously be a little biased with that, just kind of comes with the nature of things. But congratulations to all of our winter sports from top to bottom, men's swimming and diving. Hopefully we get to see some more success from you guys as well this upcoming weekend. And then, our men's basketball program. Can't wait to see what you guys do throughout the month of March. So
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, Max, for everything that you do. Our producer back there behind the board, I appreciate your time and energy and effort today. Max, it's almost time, baby.
Yeah.
Spring's
here.
Sun's coming out. I'm excited. Well, I appreciate everybody's time for joining us today on another episode of Let's Talk Sports. Next time we have this, we will have winter sports wrap-up, finalized completely winter sports wrap-up, spring sports preseason review. We're coming at you next time. So for Max Holtzclaw, myself, Mitch Gibson, thank you for tuning in today, and we hope that you have a great rest of your day. Always remember, you can make a difference, and we'll see you next week.